Hello again. Treacle Walker by Alan Garner, another from the book Longlist. I'm not sure where I'm going to start with this one. It's I don't even know. It's a fusion of myth, magic, wonder, and the stories we make for ourselves. That's what it says in here, and it's there is so much in it, and it is. I'd almost say it is almost indescribable. It's taking me a long time to get my head around, so I will try. And I'm sure that everybody that reads this is going to take something different from it. So don't take my word as gospel. You know, you need to read it and make up your own minds. To me, it's a melting pot of myth, folklore, magic, and ideas about life, death, and time. All right, so that's what I think we're looking at here. We've got Joe, who's a boy. We assume he's a boy. Everything seems to lead the fact that he's a boy. And he seems to be living alone. And he's not in the best of health. One of the things, he's got a lazy eye. And so he wears a patch over his good eye to encourage his lazy eye to strengthen. And he seems to spend a lot of time in bed with his comic books. There's no hint of any parents or any adults in the house with him. He just seems to be on his own. And every day he watches for the passing of Noonie. Now Noonie, we assume, is a train, because we've got a description of steam across the landscape. So we assume that this is a steam train that passes every noon. And this is how he knows it's noon, and how he records the passing of the days, by the arrival of Noonie. Now, the first mystery here is that we only ever have descriptions of Noonie going in one direction. Noonie never comes back, so this train is always going one way and never going back. And doesn't seem to be any other trains there. The only description we ever get is of Noonie. So where are the other trains, and why doesn't Noonie go back? Because all trains go, they always go backwards and forwards, don't they? Anyway, so that's the first thing. Though you could, if this is all magic and myth and folklore and things, you could see Noonie as the sun, because the sun goes only one way. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is what it is about this book. There is so much in it. And we also have Joe at one point going to an optician, and the words he sees on the chart are not the words on the chart, are not the letters on the chart. With one eye he sees the letters that are on the chart, and with his other eye he sees different letters. And if you work out what these letters are, it's in Latin. So you have to work out, well, I did anyway. I went and worked out what the Latin meant. One day he's visited by Treacle Walker, who's a rag and bone man. And again, we have another layer, because treacle is a Middle English term used by sort of the healers in the Middle England in that time for an antidote to poisons. It was something that was used to heal. And Treacle Walker tells Joe that he can heal everything except jealousy. So you've got another layer there. And as a rag and bone man, he asks Joe for rags and bones, and in return he gives Joe a jar and a donkey stone. The jar contains an ointment, and when Joe puts it on his good eye, this is when he sees things that aren't there, which is why he saw the Latin inscription in the opticians. With one eye, he can see reality. In the other eye, he sees something that isn't there. And he gives him a donkey stone. And on this donkey stone, there is an engraving. The engraving that's on the cover of the book, which looks like the Uffington White Horse. So again, we've got another layer. And this donkey stone was what was used to whiten steps. And once this is on the step, nobody can enter Joe's house without his permission. And then Treacle lets him blow through a bone, and the sound that Joe creates sounds like a cuckoo, but it also causes Thin Amron to rise from the bog, like a bogman. So again, we've got another layer, because bogman, Ludlow man, and there's all these layers in here. And with Joe's eye that can see things that aren't real, we have him disappearing through mirrors, interacting with characters in his comic books. It is a book that has got so much in it. There's so much to unpick. Life, death, dreams, reality, folklore. It is absolutely fascinating. I'm not going to go through any more of the plot, otherwise I'll tell you everything that's in it. But I've tried to give you a sort of a basis to look at. But an absolutely fascinating book, and it's one that you almost need your computer next to you so you can Google things as you're going. Treacle Walker by Alan Garner. All I can say is, wow. So happy reading. Take care and bye.